What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Bastion. We are collecting crystals now. Or shards, I mean. Because the one guy busted up the place. Like a butt.
Ankle gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested at Rothus Lagoon.
Brr.
Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here.
And boom.
All kinds of beasts what don't know up from down, still lurking about. Only the city's brushers knew their way around the lagoon.
Sneaky
These
decoy.
beasts, they don't like company. Even the brushers learned to fear this place.
One more. Boop.
They used to think that ankle gators were extinct.
Ankle gators. Oh!
Well, they ain't. One of them's been living in the tall grass. They called her Queen Anne. The lagoon's got plenty of other dangers, of course. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things.
One more. Alright.
Know what smells worse than an ankle gator's breath? The stinkweed. Ain't time for pecker hunting, but the kid can't resist.
Alright.
Can't fight Queen Anne without the proper tools. The brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here.
I have a pike.
Now the kid can do the same. They say you can't hurt an ankle gator unless it's raining, and it ain't raining. Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit. Kid's got a mean throwing arm. Those pin cushions been living off the ankle gator's scraps.
Hiya!
Queen Anne can't fit down some of these narrow paths.
Oh, what the hell?
Queenie leads the kid into some kind of twisted trap. One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch. He holds his ground. Seems the Queen's running out of options. Still no sign of the shard. closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kid's gotta make a run for it.
Go.
Those leaping lunkheads don't like Queen Anne any better than the kid. That old gator's right on his tail.
Ah.
Seems even stinkweeds know to stay away from the queen.
Go away, stinky smoke. Something pointy.
Queenie must have scared a bunch of peckers out of hiding. Ankle gators don't much care for their young. That's why there ain't many around. Wanna know how to find an ankle gator lair? They use a kid as bait.
Oh, wait. Oh, but it's raining now.
Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. The shard's sitting in plain view. They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running. And now he's made her mad.
Whoa.
Rest in
Gotcha.
peace, Queen Anne. That was for the brushers.
The brushers. What else is there? Ow! An evil bird, that's what there is.
Kid's done what needed to be done. Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel.
Hey, a mailbox.
Still no mail. Go figure. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it.
Get another upgrade now.
That gator's a crazy gal. But so is the gal who promised to look after her.
Oh, look at you. You're following me. Stay there. Let's,
Seems the gods recommended this place to all their friends. With pike and repeater in hand, he's like a man come straight from the wilds.
I don't want the pike. I want... Let's go back to the hammer.
They said Queen Anne was just a folktale. Now there's living proof she ain't. Think the gods are gonna help?
Regenerate from any injury. Deflect attacks on a whim.
Garmouth.
Eh. Lost and found.
Finders keepers. Hensa. Javel.
We'll try out those and see how it do.
The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds.
Let's see what we can do with this.
To prepare for the wilds, Caelondia's brushers practice at Camp Donce. Had to navigate a maze of pincushions with nothing but a pike.
Activate all 6 fast. Okay.
It's a dangerous test for a dangerous job. Health tonics were off limits at Camp Donce. They said they made you weak.
Can't roll either? Damn.
The rules said he couldn't use any fancy footwork, just your brains and your pike.
Where's the last one?
Sometimes the course was brutal. Just getting through the course in one piece was an accomplishment.
Let's try again. 90 seconds.
The brushers were Caelondia's field agents, and their training was harsh. You had to find a path through the maze as quick as you could.
Okay, that was fair. No.
To prep for the course, the brushers could modify their pikes however they wanted.
Can you please aim at the correct one, man? Of course.
There wasn't time to squash every pincushion, just the ones in the way.
How did that hit me? What? That doesn't make any sense. They hit the tip of my spear, so I died because I took damage from my spear getting hit. That makes sense, right? Okay, this is fucking dumb. This one's stupid. I'm just leaving.
You can see why the brushers prize those pikes of theirs.
Yeah, you can see why I don't use the pike. It's a fucking really bad weapon. Two-point limit.
Know how Caelondia became the richest city in the world? 2 words. Point Lemaine. If the wilds could ever be tamed, it was gonna happen right here. But now, the greatest outpost past the city line is nothing but a freak show. The army's triggers once had the place on lockdown.
An army carbine.
Kid might as well pick up where they left off. Blam, just like my fighting days. A gun like that can even put the wilds in check. Point Lemaine seen better days for sure, but it ain't done. Whole place shudders in a fit. The grand rail of Point Lemaine, not only is it still there, it still works. Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give the kid a lift. Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks.
I will do my best. Narrator man.
Grand rails all grown over with things the Calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf. Kid don't let so much as one of those things slip by. Lunkheads settled in like they own the place.
Alright.
Takes fancy footwork on the rail, but with wallflowers coughing fungus everywhere. Only one way to cure a cough like that.
Gotcha.
Place used to be closed off, but now it's split open like a rotten pineapple. Of course, the Grand Rails seen much more fighting in bygone times.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Give me back my thing. Let me get my bow back, or my sword. The
Near
good
on
old.
50 years ago, first shots fired in the Caelondian War.
I guess I do need at least some. Let's go with at least the bow then.
It was right here that Zolf's forefathers decided to mix it up. Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign-off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad. The rail must have shook the Ura to the bone down in those dens of theirs.
Gotcha, bitch. Oh, nice. Mine.
Well, the rail won't last much longer.
Oh.
And the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store for him, though. All the rotten wood there on the rails turned it into swamp weed central. Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While choking on swamp weed? While peckers trying to prick you in the eye? Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun.
Bird.
But then, at last, it's the end of the line. He'll be picking swamp weed out of those boots for days. Turns out he's got company up at the rail station, waiting for him. Not just another wallflower or pincushion, mind you.
Was waiting for me.
At first, he thinks it's Zulf. Turns out he's wrong. This is for you, says the man. Then wham.
Ugh.
When the kid comes to, the man's long gone. But something else is there.
A note.
The only words kid recognizes on that parchment are for Zia. Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note. That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it?
Ugh. Let's do this.
It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get. The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zulf. The memorial may be finished, but our part is far from over.
Ooh, there's a lot more stuff now.
I've asked a lot of the kid, but this is something he's done on his own. Zulf's messenger was one of his people. Wonder just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zulf told him.
I need to do it with at least one, so... We'll put that one on. I'm gonna try this.
Third time's a charm, right? Wrong. Ever tell you how the kid got himself wrapped up in this mess to begin with? Catches up with a kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life. Supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. Never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too. The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either.
I'm getting 3,000 for doing this.
So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Ceylondia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls.
I'm just different. Oh, shit.
Out there, kid learned to fend for himself. Learn to build. Learn to break. In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody. One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart. He saw nothing where the world used to be. The calamity happened just like that. All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back. Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him.
Get him!
Willie finally arrived at Ceylandia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else. But then, all they got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name.
Oh,
Sure, I may be the one who dreamt up the walls and the Bastion, but the kid made them real, not me. I'd like to say I'll never forget him, or what he's doing, what he's done. I surely would.
alright, now doing that with one idol on should give you 3,000 as well. Extra moolah. Yep.
The faith. Mother, this one's for you. Takes a careful touch to rattle those bones like that.
Let's hold off on that for just a second.
It wasn't fixed, it was unbroken. A solid frame can put an extra sting in every slice. To fix a brusher's pike, you just need a good length of knife bark. Don't want that thing leaving your hands until you decide it's time.
What was this? The Army Carbine.
That's the way to make every shot count.
Ooh, the aiming speed could be nice. What was that? I got something. I got more money.
The city, its riches nothing but fragments now.
If I got more money, I got more upgrades.
Even the army never issued carbines in such fine shape. His bow's looking lean and mean like a prize fighter. Arrows like that can practically find their own way.
More range, less spread. More spread, less range.
The marshals learned to pack those shells full of fire.
Alright.
The shards are getting harder to find.
Let's try to do this one before we end the episode.
Caelandia's army only took the best, and the best of them trained on Trigger Hill. The Triggers believed they were nothing without their rifles. Nothing beats the feel of shooting a Caelandian army carbine. Sometimes you had to take care to steady your shot. The Triggers had clearance to modify their guns however they chose. Some felt the course was too easy, so the Triggers spiced things up a bit. Kid blows through that course like it was nothing.
Oh yeah, first try. That was nothing. Whee!
The Caelandian army would have recruited him in a flash.
Alright, so that's all the time I have for today. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode of Bastion. Stay tuned for the next one.